This is Bobby C. out at the Barclays Center, where we begin our look at sports this morning with the Sixers and the Nets in the first round playoff series. 31 points from Ben Simmons, and the Sixers have taken a 2-1 series lead.
We have the pieces to get games, to complete games. And I think everybody in our organization knows that. It's about everybody stepping up and, following the plan, the scouting report, whatever it is, and just locking in and buying into what we have built in that foundation.
Just came in, obviously, with Joel down. That's a big scoring loss that we had there. So just had to be aggressive from the start. Got some good looks all throughout the game from my teammates, and just was able to let it fly, and it felt good to see it go in and to just stay confident with it all game. So it was a big game.
We obviously have to shoot it better, didn't shoot it well, and struggled at the rim too. So not a good offensive performance, but I thought JJ's run there really, got us out of kilter defensively. And when a guy gets hot like that, guys start helping and cheating, and other guys get off too. So that was a big part of the game, I thought, when he got going.
Simmons delivered an all-star performance for Philly on a night where they were without the injured Joel Embiid. He was impressive in the fourth quarter with 9 points, 2 assists, a block, and a steal, and a 2-minute stretch late in the period to blow Game 3 open. In the end, it was a career playoff high for him. And Simmons was the butt of Nets fans' jokes coming in, but despite not having a jumper, as missing posters posted outside the Barclays Center pointed out, he still got the last laugh. Check out that pic. A missing poster was affixed to a pole outside the arena announcing a search for the jump shot of the point guard ahead of Game 3. The 22-year-old Australian native is building an impressive resume despite not having a good three-point shot. In an era where outside shooting is the main focus for many offenses, he was named the 2017-18 Rookie of the Year and earned his first All-Star Game selection this season. I don't think I've seen anyone as good in the open floor as him, jump shot or not. Game 4 of that series is Saturday in Brooklyn at 3 p.m. On the ice, the New York Islanders are also set to return to Brooklyn for their playoff series. The Isles took care of Pittsburgh easily in the first round, utilizing the venue of their glory days, the Nassau Coliseum, but will be back in the BK for the second round. Islanders head coach Barry Trotz talked about how he's preparing the team to face both the Washington Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes, one of whom will be the Isles' opponent in the NHL Eastern Conference semifinals. We are a week away from the NFL draft. The New York Giants might actually pass on a quarterback at number 6, according to GM Dave Gettleman, who addressed the media this week. Now, of course, he's not going to detail his plan for the draft, but it's very possible the G-men skip on a signal caller with either of their 2 first-round picks. Last year's first-round pick for Arizona, QB Josh Rosen, is bracing for a trade because the Cardinals have the first pick and appear poised to grab Heisman winner Kyler Murray. The Oklahoma quarterback who turned down a baseball career looks like the correct choice. Rosen is a talented young option, but Murray is a superior prospect with better ties to the regime's current setup. Now, not many things have awakened the Bronx Bombers in the early going of the season. Injuries have really wreaked havoc on the mojo, but the presence of longtime rival Boston still seems to bring out the best in the Pinstripers. The Yankees had a short 2-game series with their AL East foes this week at the big ballpark in the Bronx. The Yanks dominated Tuesday night. Here's a rewind from their shutout win. Check this out.
It's big, everything comes off my fastball, and because I was throwing hard, they had to cheat to it, and that allowed me to throw the breaking ball later in the game and get some chases on that because they're cheating to the fastball. And then when I'm throwing that fastball like that, it just everything plays off of it.
We were ready to go from the first inning. We got quality at bats from all the way up and down our lineup. It was huge. DJ coming up with that base hit, the right field like he's been doing all year, and then Luke comes up with the same thing, base hit to center, get those 2 early runs. That was huge, especially against, an ace like Grisel. You got to try to get him early because if he gets in the groove, he's pretty much unhittable. So it's just, some timely hitting by some key guys for us.
I'm just happy to be out here, and obviously getting the opportunity to play every day is something that's, making me feel a lot more comfortable in the box. And when I have success, obviously, I'm having fun. So it's one of those things where I feel like as long as I continue to get the at-bats, I'm going to be able to build off that and go out there and, continue to play at a high level, hopefully.
Nights like tonight, obviously, just, great for confidence, and just, you always want to help the team. Like, as a new guy, you always want to help the team and, do whatever you can. And, so, just, it's great to, just contribute to, a really quality win.
Bronx Bombers swept the mini two-game set Wednesday night with Brett Gardner hitting a seventh-inning grand slam to seal a comeback. What a moment. What a game. Gardy's party was the 100th homer of his career, and timely it was. Yanks won Wednesday night 5-3, but as soon as the Red Sox exited the building, in came in lowly Kansas City Thursday night, and the Yanks were, not looking so good. They weren't playing good baseball. Just can't figure out baseball, folks. On a side note, the Yanks added a fog machine to their clubhouse celebrations. Facts. One evening after their clubhouse was transformed into the city's most exclusive nightclub, the Yankees' icy bats ensured that the fog machine and strobe lights remained unplugged. Domingo Germán permitted a pair of early homers, and the bats were unable to respond in Thursday's 6-1 loss to the Royals at Yankee Stadium, which saw the 8-10 Yanks fail to capitalize on an opportunity to reach the 500 mark coming off their two-game sweep of the Red Sox. The Yanks continue their homestand with the Royals in the second game of their four-game series tonight. First pitch is set for 7:05 p.m. The Mets visit the Cardinals in St. Louis. This is the first game of a three-game series between the two clubs. First pitch is set for 8:15. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. First round of the NBA playoffs continue tonight. The Orlando Magic host the Toronto Raptors at 7. The Indiana Pacers host the Boston Celtics at 8:30, and the OKC Thunder host the Portland Trailblazers at 9:30. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James could be reunited with his old coach soon. Tyronn Lue is meeting with the team today. The meeting shouldn't come as a surprise since the Lakers parted ways with Luke Walton, now the head coach in Sacramento. Lue has emerged as a possible candidate for the team's open coaching position. In 4 seasons with the Cavaliers, the 41-year-old went 128-83. He guided the team through the postseason in 15-16 and helped bring an NBA championship back to Cleveland. The Cavaliers made the NBA Finals the following 2 seasons. Lue was fired just 6 games into his 4th season with the team. He'll fit in nicely with the Lakers. From the NHL playoffs, the first round of the postseason also marches on, I should say. The Boston Bruins host the Toronto Maple Leafs at 7. Calgary Flames host the Colorado Avalanche at 10 tonight. On the college basketball hardwood, Tim Cluse is staying at Iona. That's a good thing. He has withdrawn his name from consideration over at St. John's. Meanwhile, former Arkansas coach Mike Anderson is in negotiations to become the next head coach at St. John's, sources confirmed to ESPN. The 59-year-old emerged as the favorite on Thursday night, according to sources. Yale's James Jones and former George Mason and Georgia Tech head coach Paul Hewitt were among the other coaches in consideration. The job has proven difficult to fill after Chris Mullin stepped down earlier in the month. Anderson looks pretty much like a done deal for St. John's. The Yanks have suspended the use of Kate Smith's recording of God Bless America during the 7th-inning stretch while they investigate an allegation of racism against the late singer. The New York Daily News reported this morning that there are conflicting claims about Smith's 1939 song, That's Why Darkies Were Born. The song originated in the 1931 Broadway revue George White's Scandals and was considered satire but included racist language. It was recorded by Smith and also by Paul Robeson, who was black. The NFL schedule was announced this week. The New England Patriots will open the defense of their Super Bowl title against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Football in Week 1. The Pats will also be in prime time on October 10th against the New York Giants. That's a Thursday night game, and October 21st at the New York Jets Monday night, among many others on the season. The Pats have signed Demaryius Thomas with hopes his addition can bolster an otherwise thin receiving group. The team announced the move Tuesday, less than a week after it had hosted Thomas on a free agent visit. The contract is for 1 year with a signing bonus of $150,000 and a $1.2 million in base salary, and Thomas has the chance to earn more through incentives and bonuses. The 31-year-old was acquired from the Texans from the Denver Broncos just before last season's trade deadline. He suffered a season-ending torn Achilles in December and was released by Houston in February. He'll probably be great for the Patriots. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for a note on the Philadelphia 76ers. Philly has the talent to go to the NBA Finals out of the Eastern Conference, and last night was the Brooklyn Nets' worst nightmare. Beating the Nets without Joel Embiid isn't a massive feat considering the 76ers' edge in talent, but what's scary is how the 76ers look to be growing into a cohesive unit, assuming this series takes its shape and the 76ers handle their business. It's the rest of the Eastern Conference that should be paying close attention to the clear and present danger of the Sixers. Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler look less like mercenaries and more like integral pieces. Embiid's bothersome left knee injury could be the only thing that keeps the Sixers from reaching their full potential. But in the moment, the extra space from Embiid's absence opened up opportunities for other players. I like what I saw Thursday night in Brooklyn. It's wide open in the East, but Milwaukee, Boston, and Philly appear to be on a collision course to emerge from the East and likely face the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. I would like to see Philly Golden State. Why not? Should be a good series. That's your look at sports. I'm Bobby C.